Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing today? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. How's my day? My day's been great. How's everyone's day been today? I've had a good day. You know, I thought it was going to be quite stressful. It wasn't too stressful. And we have something releasing later today, so stay tuned for my next video. We have something exciting. I think it will be 6 PM British summertime. So BST, find it out in your in your local time zone. But yeah, we have something very exciting coming soon. But yes, Jurassic World Evolution 2 news today. We're going to do a little roundup, little catch up. We're going to find out some things, hopefully, maybe not. Fingers crossed. But for the time being, we'll turn this down a little bit. It's a little bit too loud. Just down a little bit. For the time being, we're going to discuss what we have seen so far from Jurassic World Evolution 2. So I'm going to change to YouTube streams. There we go. You should be able to see my Twitter. And the sub count, is the sub count working? It is working. Right, so here we are. So as you see here, Jurassic World Evolution 2 have tweeted out saying, "Great news, park managers. We're kicking off first of our monthly highlight live streams this Friday. Join us as we recap a busy month for Jurassic World Evolution 2 with the devs. See you there." Hello everyone. Hi. Hey Veloci, how you doing, man? Welcome. Right, so it is on well, British summertime, 3 PM British summertime, and as you can see, it's almost time. However, there was a dude, Andrew Rayner, who was tweeting out some really cool. Okay, I'm excited for this. I can't lie. But yes, some nice little gifts for Jurassic World Evolution 2 right here. I don't know what that building is, but people love it already. So looking forward to that. Vincent, hello Vincent. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what these buildings are. Hopefully we get some sort of stuff like this. We also saw the Amargasaurus as well. If you haven't checked out my videos, it's adorable. Top like? Yeah, top like. But yes, we saw the Amargasaurus, and we also saw Pteranodons flying around in the aviary, which was really cool. Doing very well, that's good to hear. New field guide, hopefully Gussie Gamer, hopefully. On rule for that's extremely weird. That's extremely weird. Right, so yes, and we got a huge article by this dude who told us a lot about the game. And Amarkasaurus is confirmed, so is Baryonyx, Allosaurus, stuff like that. Now, as for gameplay, at the moment, gutted about that. Hold on a second, we have to look for the reply. It was somewhere here. It was in this stream. It was in this post actually. Hopefully a new species field guide. Let me find it. They did say something about no live gameplay, but specifically they said live gameplay. So that's where you have to think about it. What they posted at Avery? Right. I swear they replied. They said no live gameplay somewhere. I might be blind. We won't be showing live gameplay, but Des will be joining to answer some questions, so maybe we'll get some more information as well. But again, live gameplay, as we saw, previously with Andrew Rayner, I think it was. We saw stuff that didn't look live at all. So, Seabass, thanks for the $5 super chat. Just saw that. Haven't watched you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Best regards. Hey, Seabass. Glad to hear it. Hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. But yes, so hopefully you get some information. Now, it was on their official Twitter or YouTube channels, and it will be in 11 minutes time. So if you want to keep the stream open, wait until then. We can chat and ask some questions around. But yes, hopefully some good information. Hopefully some actual information. I'm actually quite shocked that it's only on 159k. I thought this channel would do a lot better. But yes, very well done on their announcement trailer. Nearly 1 million views. Very good. But yes, so it's also on their Twitch as well. But I don't think we're going to be watching Twitch because you can't replay certain stuff. So yeah. Anyways, right. Hopefully, Dinosaurs Jurassic World Evolution. They haven't uploaded the Triceratops one, which is my main concern. That's my main concern. But yeah, thanks for the subscriptions, guys. Really do appreciate it. Do subscribe if you want more Jurassic World Evolution 2 content and Camp Cretaceous, other Jurassic World titles, anything really. But yeah, so loads of content's coming around. Baryonyx confirmed. Yes, it was. It is indeed. Just woke up. I'm happy to wait to this. Hey, appreciate it, Green Carnivores. Thank you, thank you. It's hard as a small channel with so many big competitors. So everybody who's here right now, thank you so, so much. We're just waiting on it right now. They'll probably do like a... They'll probably start it early as a certain live stream. They might even tweet it out. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. But yeah, we are waiting upon Jurassic World Evolution 2. Let's read some comments. What are some questions that you guys have? Because I might be able to answer some of them. We'll sure give it a go. So pop some questions in the chat, and we'll have a little look, see if we can answer some of them. Are you watching Formula 1? Probably, yes. Where is it? I forgot where it is. Is it Baku? No, it's not Baku. I can't remember. I do watch Formula 1, yes I do. New favourite game? Probably mine as well, to be honest. January 2017, gang. You're a developer of Jurassic World Evolution. Okay, if you're a developer of Jurassic World Evolution, why don't you DM me on Twitter? For proof, otherwise, you know, I will ban you for impersonation. Right, which dinosaur do you like the most? Oh, the Giga. I saw the Jurassic World Dominion thing earlier. Yesterday, actually. It was sublime. It was really, really good. Really excited for it to release. Hopefully online. Hopefully. How do you play Jurassic World Evolution on Xbox? You buy it in the Microsoft Store. What dino do you want personally? Giga, 100%. I'd love the Giga, but probably a Geostenbergia. Not dinosaur, I know, but I'd love to see that. Will Spinoraptor be in Jurassic World Evolution 2? Probably not. We'll discuss that later down the line in another video about hybrids, because I got some information about it. How old are you? I'm 20 years old. When's the next species field guide? We're hoping today. Eventually, hopefully, maybe in a live stream, maybe at 6 o'clock. We don't know, but hopefully today. If you could choose the new species field guide, it would be the Mosasaurus, 100%. Spino, Giga, and Carnotaurus in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I assume so. I assume all three of them would be, but not confirmed yet. E750 for this game. Unfortunately, we have been confirmed that we don't have any Camp Cretaceous content, so I doubt we'll get E750. Dimetrodon will make it. I assume it would. I did read in, maybe I've read into it a bit too much, but I assumed it would, because it's, you know, not a dinosaur and they're kind of moving onto stuff like that now. Indoraptor is busy again. Hopefully we get to see Indoraptor. Are you Mumbo Jumbo? No, are you Mumbo Jumbo? Will hybrids be in the game? We don't know at the moment. However, I have got some slight information regarding it. Aquatic reptiles. Plesiosaurus. Duncleustis. I forgot how to pronounce it. Elasmosaurus, Tylosaurus, Ichthyosaurus, Animites, Mosasaurus, stuff like that. I've made a whole video about it if you want to check out my my top one. There you go, Seabass. It's come through finally. Thanks for all the subscriptions, by the way, guys. Percy, Raquel, Connor Foster, thank you so much. Ferrozenosaurus, oh, 100%. I'd love a Ferrozenosaurus. That's my main goal. Get that in the game. No feeders? Wait, do we know that for a fact? Although we know the Paleo Botany is a little bit different. And actually, yeah, no, because we got told about the Triceratops eats from the ground, and you have to get a different brush tool. That's it, a different brush tool for it to eat and be better. Concavinator? Oh, 100%. I agree with you. Definitely Da Vinci. Biggest fan? Thank you, Mr. Zoic. Hybrids confirmed. Hybrids not confirmed as of yet. No. Which marine reptiles do you prefer? I've made a whole video about it, but Plesiosaurus definitely. The game will release probably. I'm thinking around November time. Yeah, around November time. In the trike video, that oh god, the chat's going way too fast. Let's say aquatic flyers and dinosaurs. Could that indicate that flyers, or aquatics and flyers, aren't limited to the reptiles? What are you saying? Like swimming dinosaurs, maybe? I'd like to see something like that. Saurophaganax, yes, 100%. Do you like PewDiePie? Of course I do. He's a top lad. Jurassic World Evolution 2 might update it? What do you mean? Yeah, the carnivores will probably need feeders, 100%. They might upload, yeah. It's now 5 minutes to. Maybe they have a 5-minute countdown. They don't quite yet. So we'll keep waiting until it's there. Won't be long now, guys. Liopleurodon? Yes, I agree. Although I think they're quite big. Can you make your own hybrids? Thankfully not. E. What kind of herbivores are your favourite? I get asked this a lot, but I don't really know, to be honest. I've never really thought about herbivores. I do like the Pachycephalosaurids. They're quite cool. Flying reptiles, again, I've made a video about this. Geostembergia, Quetzalcoatlus, stuff like that. Do we get gameplay? We don't know. No live gameplay is confirmed. But, never said unlive gameplay. Cows, yes. Cows as feeders, please. Pack hunting, however. Pack hunting is there. Excuse me. Official Spinosaurus roar in the sequel. They said they added it in the first one, but I don't really see it often, so. Because those are the trailers. You want to see the trailers? We can see the trailers. But I feel like, you know, we've got 4 minutes to go. We'll have a little look at this one. The announcement trailer. Yo, Tiny Tuna, thanks so much for the super chat. $5 super chat. Most anticipated features that we know about so far. Hunting. For sure. Hunting. I'm going to turn that off. Hunting, for sure. Aquatic reptiles. And the pteranodons breaking out of the aviary and causing havoc. Do you know Best in Slot? I do indeed. Do you have a Discord server? I do. There should be a link in the description, although I've been told it doesn't work. So if Veloci or Nightbot could put a link to my Discord, that'd be amazing. Who is PewDiePie, the most subscribed individual on YouTube? Amargasaurus and Postosuchus? Oh, that would be good. Yeah. Megalodon? No, I highly doubt it will be Megalodon.
Is a very...
I do like the Coelophysis. Look how cute it is. Alright, it's a Spinosaurus. People say it's Spinosaurus. I see why. Maybe it's a Giga. I'm feeling it might be the Giga. Just because of the shadow. It looks like it's three-clawed, as you can see. That's the hand there. It doesn't look like a T-Rex hand. Kind of looks like the Giga hand. In my opinion, that is. Cow, goat, chicken feeders. Yeah, bug feeders as well. But yes, Tiny Tuna, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I do appreciate it. If you wish to support the creator just a little bit more, because YouTube are pesky and take away 30% of all super chats, there is a donation link in the description down below, but it's never expected. I understand it's a lot easier to do super chats, but you don't have to. You can see the Spino's foot. I don't know if it's a Spinosaurus. No, breeding's been confirmed that it won't happen. Favorite animal? Ooh. I haven't a clue, mate. I have no clue. I like a lion. I do like lions. I'm doing good, lion. There you go. How are you?
We weren't careful. And now, here we are.
Scorpius Rex, yeah, Giga probably. Scorpius Rex, no, sorry, no.
Is a very different world.
Jurassic World Dominion Giga. Hold on, let's see the Mosasaurus first. Jurassic World Dominion Giga, I don't know, to be honest. It would be a bit of a stretch. I'm not a huge fan of it, ultimately. So, yeah. I don't entirely know. I have to think about that a little bit more. I don't know if hybrids will be in the game yet. We'll have a video on that later down the line. Stampedes? Oh, that would be great. That would be good. Some tips for Jurassic World Evolution 1. I do actually have a video. Top 7 tips, I believe, for Jurassic World Evolution 1. Go check out that because it's very in-depth. Tigers are great. Yeah, they are. They are. Carno confirmed. Not yet, unfortunately. Keep up the great content. Thank you. Evolution 2 will not have Camp Cretaceous. There are no plans for Camp Cretaceous content, unfortunately. Do I like football? I love football. I'm doing well, Osman. How are you doing? A redesign in Giga. Maybe. I'm not... When I saw the preview yesterday in the cinema, I wasn't a huge fan of the spike on the back. It just looks a bit too out of proportion. A bit too big. No Cabot Finch, no buy. They said Cabot Finch is doing very well, so whether or not that's a little tease to Cabot Finch returning is the question. Jurassic World Evolution 3. We have to wait and see how well this one goes down. Right, it should be live now. Huh. Well, they are live. Alright, I'm going oh, I'm typing. Hello. Right, I'm going to look for the YouTube one first. If we can't find the YouTube one... Ah, there you go. That's better. Sweet. Okay, we can close that one. 11,000. There you go. Hey, Evolution Square's down there. It's nice seeing a few fans in there as well. That's great. Alright. Ooh, it's happening, guys. Ah, they got a countdown. 5 minutes. Are you kidding me? Right, well, at least we have a countdown. That's a good start. Hopefully some music starts playing soon. Fingers crossed. Really like your theory. Shout out from Brazil. Thank you, Carlos. Do you think Rex will die in Dominion? I did, and we have a collab video on Clayton Fioritti's channel describing just that. What's going on? If you read the pinned comment, that's full of information right there. We need Moser. We're getting Moser. Don't you worry. We're getting Moser. They have a countdown. They have a countdown. You have a countdown? Jurassic World Dominion, the last movie. It's been confirmed it won't be the last. We'll have stuff over. Quadruped Spinosaurus. I doubt it. I doubt it. It depends what they think for Jurassic World Dominion. Compy's confirmed? Not yet, actually. Not yet. Coelophysis is confirmed, yes. Yeah, I do wish we get a Site B kind of mode. Can you control the dinosaurs? You can't, Sherry. You can't. Discord link worked? Sweet. Welcome to the Discord server. It's the final countdown. Hey, Dino Gamer. Any news on different DLCs? At the moment, Victoria, not quite. I don't think they're focusing... Oh, look, Triceratops. I don't think they're focusing on DLCs for Jurassic World Evolution 2 just yet. Maybe towards when they're getting closer to release, they'll be able to work on their first DLC. So, fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. But the Triceratops was our first ever look. And it looked really, really cool, to say the least. Margasaurus will be in the game. I doubt it. It probably looks like the same model as Amargasaurus. In 10 days. Alright, happy birthday, Divi. For 10 days' time, that is. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you doing, Wahid? Customization for fences. I believe so, because we've seen grey fences, different types of fences, and also red fences. So maybe you can change the colour of all of them. I love that little Amargasaurus there. It's so cool. Type yes or no if whether or not the sub counts are annoying on screen, because I can turn them down. Maybe. I don't know if I can. I'll try to see if I can. Godzilla will fit in the map if he was put in here? Probably, yes. We've been told there are huge maps to build with. And then fishing. I want fishing. Fishing mechanic, please. Is it just me? No, there's actually no audio. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. We should have some audio. We're going to put the chat into slow mode. For 15 seconds, because I've seen a few bits of spam here and there, but it's not a long one, so don't you worry. Sweet. Okay, we're in slow mode now. Do apologise about that, but it's not that big of an inconvenience. Cryolophosaurus, yes, another dinosaur I'd absolutely love. Would you guys be interested to see a full species roster wish list type of thing? Something like that. I would be. Oh my god! Amargasaurus species field guide! It's on screen right now! Amargasaurus species field guide! It's gone black! They should have showed it! Oh, they did it! They showed the... Hold on. Look. It shows them releasing together, look. Amargasaurus species field guide. Two of them together. Aha! So that's what... Oh, here we go. Okay, it's happening, guys. They should have showed that, but that's the species field guide.
We ignored all the warnings. Forgot the lessons. We abused our power.
Yes, Mosasaurus will be in the game.
Played with genetics like it was a toy.
Can we turn the only 720p? Frontier, what you doing?
We weren't careful. And now, here we are.
I'm excited.
This
Amargasaurus is cute,
a
yeah.
very different world.
Hey, Frumpy. Shrelesia, hello. Dun, 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 dun. Margasaurus. Oh, look at it. It's so cool. Right, let's see what they have to say. If I need the audio changing, let me know. Let me know. Turn the volume up, sure. There we go. We'll have it to match mine. I'll probably shush for most of it, but I am reading chat, don't you worry.
Hello everyone and welcome to the
Louder.
first monthly Spotlight.
They are a bit quiet on
Evolution
my
2
screen, so I do
monthly
apologise if you can't hear them that
Spotlight,
well.
Stream here on Frontier Development's Twitch channel and on the Jurassic World Evolution 2 YouTube
Where's the
channel.
lighting?
My name is Jens Erik Woller. I am part of the community team here at Frontier. And today we're going to be talking a bit about some of the stuff that we've announced and revealed and all that good stuff during the month of June. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to be here. And to do that with me, I have
Richard
Newbold.
Newbold.
Hey everyone,
How you doing, Rich?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Tired, excited.
Yeah.
It's been a month.
It's definitely been a month. Yeah. Anything new happen to you recently?
I learned a new what you wait.
Oh,
Cooked
I didn't mean to
noodles.
pause it. I'm going
Yeah,
to
that's what I
refresh
do.
so I can get up to date.
Similar amount of noodles.
There we
yeah.
go.
Noodles and dinosaurs. That's
Yeah.
how it goes.
Oh, dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly.
We did a thing. We announced a game.
We did announce a game, and
I
it's
can't
been
turn down the
incredibly
notification
sound.
sound.
Exciting. I've been chomping
I'll
at the
try.
bit to I guess use a bit of a dinosaur phrase to put Jurassic World Evolution 2 out
He
in the
really
world.
has. Like up until the announcement, I can't wait to tell people.
Yeah, because it's
I'll
in,
turn them
you
off.
know, we've been working on all this stuff behind the scenes for a while, and then suddenly it's out there in the
Yeah.
world, and we can finally talk about it. We can tell people, hey, this
It's
thing
just
we
so
made,
great. Yeah.
it's coming, and it's coming later this year.
It
and We're
is.
very excited about it. All right, so as you probably can guess from the title of this stream, we'll be showcasing and discussing some of the news and announcements from the past month. We might also be discussing and showing something new here and then.
Amargasaurus.
We just wanted to let you know that these streams will continue at the end of every month, aiming for the last Friday of every month as a sort of a way for the community to come together and celebrate some of the things that we have talked about, revealed, announced, all that stuff. There's not going to be live gameplay on these streams, but you'll get to see trailers, you'll get to see maybe some behind-the-scenes videos, some
Ooh.
screenshots, sometimes some work-in-progress assets we will see, maybe also some gameplay footage depending on what we have, what we've shown you guys in the past.
I just saw Rich
months.
Newbold's
'Cause, we
top.
want to give you
Sauna
guys
and Huerta
a
and Matasaurus and
glimpse of
Tucano
what's
and
been happening
Peña.
behind the scenes, meet some of the developers, talk about the game, have a little fun, celebrate Jurassic World Evolution 2 as we move closer and closer and closer to launch. But yeah, so it's been I'm just really excited to be here. So let's start off with you, Rich. I'm assuming a lot of our audience already know who you are, but for those of you who don't know, why don't you introduce yourself?
So I'm Rich Newbold. I'm the game director of Jurassic World Evolution 2. So, and I just want to clarify, I just love the 5 deaths. This is
Yeah.
just a nice T-shirt that
It's
I
just
like.
a T-shirt.
It's just a T-shirt. It's not a tease for anything. I just really love the first game. I love working on it and the Switch version.
It's
and I
brilliant.
thought it's a great themed T-shirt for what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And my other one is a Jurassic Poll, and it says I'm like Grumpasaurus, and I was like, that was a bit too dour for this one. I thought it's an exciting stream, so I thought, yeah.
Yeah. Nugget Boy Keon says, "Tell Rich I love his shirt." So there's people
too.
have already noticed it,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see all the discussion forum comments later on saying,
Yeah, we just
"Oh,
wanted to
was
cut it
he,
off early.
was he
There's no-
trying to tease something?"
No, it's just
It's just a
t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Just a t-shirt.
But you know, Rich is a pretty snappy dresser, I'd say. So
No one has ever said that ever. Thank you, though.
you're welcome. I was planning on buying a shirt with like 4 different types of dinosaurs, with a really fat one that says "Om Nom Nomnivore."
That's pretty cool.
But unfortunately, I wasn't able to buy it in time. But maybe next time. Maybe next
Ah.
time. So yeah, today we're going to cover Summer Games Fest. We're going to cover the announcement. We're going to talk a bit about the species field guides that will come up. Talk a bit
We
about
got
some of the
Amargasaurus
dinosaurs we've
coming.
revealed so far, some game mechanics, and discuss the feature focus that went out earlier this week, which was about dinosaur acquisition and management.
I do wish they could turn the audio
yeah,
up a bit.
Summer Games Fest. It happened 2.5 weeks ago.
That long was that already?
Yes, it is literally that old. What is time anymore?
It's just
in,
it's when
in the year of our
when
Lord
you
2021.
finally announce something that you're so excited about,
Yeah.
and then everything that's been
Hey,
coming
Fishy.
after that, it's just been non-stop, just excitement and showing people new stuff, and every day's just been just a great moment of, okay, what else is there to be excited about? What else are we sharing? And it's just been great. And yeah, Summer Games Fest was the first moment of that, and it was great to finally tell everyone. I
Yeah.
think.
And so we announced during Summer Games Fest with a little help from Jeff Keighley and of course the legend
Jeff
Goldblum.
Yeah.
I was grinning the entire time as it was happening. Just one from finally being able to put it out into the world, but also just having help from Jeff Goldblum
It was really good.
to share the stuff. How did you find the announcement? How was it for you? Were you?
It was.
I loved it.
It was
We knew it,
incredibly
but we loved it.
stressful and exciting. I was in a VO session at that time. I was in a VO
Right.
session with one of our talent, and we managed to do the break just at the right time. So
Right.
everyone in the VO session and the person doing the VO, we all stopped and watched it together. And it was just such a great moment for everyone to get together and celebrate. Like, we're announcing something. We're announcing it right now. The thing we're working on.
Yeah.
We're announcing it now, and it was just great. But yeah, and
It must be amazing to work with
And then
Universal
you
to
just slap
create
your
a
hands
Jurassic
together and
World
said, right,
game.
back to work, everyone.
Basically, it was very much
back to the
we
VO
still-
session.
We still have 2 more hours to go. We have a lot of content to record. Can we get back to it? But yeah, it was, and it was
Namara,
great
thanks
to
for
have
the
Jeff.
$2 super chat.
It's just-
Favorite
it's
scene,
just
Jurassic
amazing.
World
He
trilogy?
seems like a really amazing guy. He seems like a guy
The
who
Pteranodon attack, I think, or the
lives
Spinosaurus attack.
life to the fullest, as well, like as much as he possibly can. Like you can sort of see that in the announcement as
Yeah.
well. So let's shift the focus a bit to some of the things that players can expect in Jurassic World Evolution 2. So there's a lot of information out there. Some of it comes from us, and some of it comes from places like Game Informer and GameSpot, because you gave them a bit of a preview of the
Give
game
us a preview.
earlier. So let's try to cover what we can. So what are the 4 main areas that we've been focusing on for Jurassic World Evolution 2?
So Jurassic World Evolution 2 is a dinosaur management simulation game. I'm going to assume most of you know this. Just want to double check.
Of course we do.
And for the sequel, we were so proud of the great success that the first game had. And with the sequel, we wanted to kind of build on the foundations of that. So we focused the sequel on 4 key areas. So one of them is our authentic narrative. So we really wanted to really push the narrative aspects of the sequel compared to the first game. And we've written an original story set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. We've got
Hey, Tough Horizon,
enhanced
welcome.
creativity. So we've been really working on all the aspects of creativity that you as players have in your park. So really adding more extra tools and opportunities for you to really customize those things and build those parks of your dreams. Deeper management. So it's a management game. We wanted to add a lot more levers and a lot more things that the player's doing whilst they're managing their parks. When it comes to the guests, the dinosaurs, building that park, managing that park, and dealing with the moment-to-moment aspects of running a dinosaur theme park and things going wrong, and dealing with that, and park teams and things like that. And then the last one was realistic dinosaurs. And
Of course.
we've
I'm-
worked
I'm-
really
I'm
hard
glad
on that.
that's
We have
the
over
case.
75 different prehistoric species, and we've been working really hard on
Yes,
a lot
I
more
do,
depth in
Nexus.
their
I know the
behaviours
game
and the way
Beaver.
they move around your landscapes and environments, how they interact with each other and the other things. So kind of everything we do in the game should be pushing one of those 4 things, at least one of those 4 things. And these kind of 4 pillars help keep us honest about, okay, the thing that we want to add to the game, how much is it pushing those things? Is it making the dinosaurs more realistic? Is it authentic to the narrative? You know, we don't have characters doing things that can be out of character.
Thing is, JWE was
creativity,
really
making sure that
easy
anything we add is pushing that
when you
creativity.
knew
So
how
it's-
to, control
we use them
the,
as like
the
a
management
thing just to
system.
keep us honest.
So I
and
do
make
hope they
sure that
change
everything we're
something.
doing is pushing one of those things forward
Yeah.
as much as possible. And yeah, we're really proud of what we've been doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Should be,
And I've
should
been-
be.
Obviously I've have some
Joe, I'm
access
barely
to,
talking.
builds and everything, and I've been having a lot of fun play testing some of the stuff on my own as well. What's it been like returning to to Jurassic World Evolution? Because we did the first game, and now we're doing the sequel. Is it like
It's-
putting on a pair of comfortable shoes, or is it just like, all right, brand new jacket, breaking it in? It's a bit stiff, but we're going to
So-
get to it.
For me, I've been working on the Jurassic World Evolution franchise for a long time now, for many years. I did the first game, the PDLCs, we did the complete edition on Switch, and then the sequel as well. So I've just been constantly, and I'm not going to say it just as it's cliche. For me, it is an evolution of what I'm working on all the time. It's I do something, we do something. Okay, we get it to a position. Okay, how can we build on that? And that's what it's been for me anyway. There's some new faces on the team as well that are kind of joined just for the sequel. And they probably see things in a different perspective. But for me, it's constant iteration. It's, okay, with the first game and the PDLCs, we kind of put this big marker in the sand. Okay, right, we want the leap to be really big because we're a sequel. So everything has to be a big leap in improvements. We're not talking about small incremental stuff now. We want everything to be a big improvement. And that's the kind of way we've been looking at a lot of the features we've been designing as well, just making sure that there's a really big improvement. So it really feels that we had a good foundation, but what we've got is now just so much better.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned the narrative, and what can you tell us about the narrative of the game?
So we have a campaign mode, one of our 4 game modes, and it's a new story. It's an original story. It's set after the events of Fallen Kingdom. For those of you that haven't seen the film, I'm assuming again you've all seen.
Spoilers.
Yeah, can you spoil? There's dinosaurs in it. They're now.
No.
they're
No,
now-
really, there's dinosaurs in a Jurassic World movie? Who would have thought?
Just to be clear, that's a spoiler. But now they're not confined to the islands of which they are normally based. So they're now out in the wild. I'm not going to tell you how that happened. Just keep that bit free, free from spoilers. But now the player in Jurassic World Evolution 2 is going to be in a story dealing with that crisis. They're going to be working alongside characters that are from the film returning again. We have Bryce Dallas Howard returning as Claire Dearing, kind of building facilities to deal with that problem. So we've nuanced some of the gameplay a bit, because the first game was about building these theme parks, building these greatest attractions the world's ever seen, building these theme parks on the 5 deaths. But we've nuanced the gameplay a bit because it's now more facility based. It's more about dinosaur welfare. It's them being out in the wild. So in that mode, there's like a slight change in what the player's doing, but they're still building facilities, building parks, but kind of more dinosaur focused in that regard. And that's been kind of one of the big ways that we've been improving the narrative is this original story, and it just fits perfectly after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, I'm
As you
excited for
mentioned,
that.
Jeff Goldblum is back, and Bryce Dallas Howard
Someone's microphone
is
keeps-
back. What's it been like working with them
Oh,
on this narrative compared to the first game?
It's amazing. They know their characters so well. So
Right.
when we write something, we work with a writer, John Platten. We work with Universal to make sure that
They
we're
have a lot
authentic
to
to
do,
those
have.
characters from their point of view, writing this story, and they will then come into the VO sessions with the scripts that we've written, and it's a very collaborative aspect. We've written stuff. John is very good at writing these characters, but then when we get them into the sessions, they're really working on bringing what they know from those characters as well. So it's just amazing to work with them. And for someone like Bryce, she did it the first game. She came back again, and she's like, "Yeah, hey guys," and she just went straight back into it, and
Right.
it was really easy for her.
bless her.
She's
She's a
been-
lovely
She's
actress.
phenomenal to work with. And as you say, Jeff is a great personality. He's really good at playing Ian Malcolm. He brings a bit of himself to it as well, and it's just amazing.
I got to say, it's been very weird hearing you refer to them as Jeff and Bryce.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're like BFFs
Because-
now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just very, I don't know, for me, they're still, they're celebrities, they're still like sort of out there,
they-
external people that I don't know, so
I think they still are for me, but
Right.
I've had, I spent many hours with them doing VO, and there's a small amount of familiarity that allows me to feel more comfortable saying
Sure.
it. But yeah, they still are. He's still Jeff Goldman. So Bryce Dallas Howard is still an amazing. They're still amazing people that I'm probably never going to casually talk to, probably in a coffee
Yeah.
shop or something. But
Yeah.
like, it's still just been great to work with.
why not use the opportunity
Whoa.
when you have it to, try to be more friendly with
Yeah.
them and try to use their first names. It was interesting around the, when we were building up to the announcement, because then you had to differentiate which Jeff you were talking to, if it was Jeff
Yeah,
Keighley
So-
or
Jeff Keighley,
or
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum. Many different. So Jeff 1 and Jeff 2,
Yeah.
I guess we could have started calling them. But yeah, are there any other familiar characters the players can expect? I know our Reddit audience has been very worried about Cabot Finch. There was a whole thread
Do not worry about
asking
Cabot.
about the
He's
status.
back. We
Yes!
love Cabot. Like the dev team and John, the writer, we love Cabot. We love writing.
Yes,
for him.
Cabot
Graham,
Finch
who plays
confirmed.
his voice. Plays his voice, yeah, he does his voice.
Yeah.
Is so good at that character. And between John and Graham, they've brought to life such an amazing character that we really love. And he's definitely going to be back. He's definitely alive. He's definitely going to be, you know, making a joke and then being like, no, I'm being serious. And then he's still going to make jokes. He's just such an amazing character, and we love him. And it's we've been working hard to balance the amount of Cabotness he is, because sometimes he can go very Cabot, but we just want to bring it back a bit, just so that he's very additive to the experience. It just gives you that nice kind of humor break from. Dinosaurs are eating people. I need to deal with this problem, but Cabot's there, be like, "Hey, why are you not making me money?" Like,
Dinosaurs are eating people. That's going to be bad for business.
yeah,
like that.
but like it's trying to get the balance. But yeah, we just love Cabot, so he's back. Do not worry.
Timbo Jimbo says yes, Cabot, and
I think he's had like 3 divorces between the first game and this game. But yeah, and that's been like we've been working hard to kind of bring in the characters from the first game in a way that really fits the original story. So even though Cabot isn't he's not a film character, he's an original character by us, he works alongside those film characters in the story as well, so he fits seamlessly into the universe as though he would have been a film character, but he's not, he's ours. It just works with the characters from the film.
He's a really good written in character.
I think it's really fun to have that sort of
We need
slightly
Finch to hold needs
cynical,
him.
snarky businessman perspective that he has compared to Ian Malcolm, who's all about, you know, the chaos theory and like, these dinosaurs will break out and you're trying to contain things that you can't contain. And Claire Dearing is, you know, all about conservation, all about, you know, keeping them safe and everything. I think it's a nice like pillar of different.
We've worked hard to try and make sure that all the original characters, all of the frontier characters, fit. As they offer something diverse and different compared to the film characters as well. The film characters are great characters, but you know sometimes you need a bit of snark in there that's different. It's more about money or
Finch in live action,
making reference to his divorce and all that stuff. It's just been great to just have that kind of stuff in. But yeah,
Immense Raptor had actually a good question. What time frame are we experiencing between the 2 games? Does 2 take place X amount after the first one?
It's fuzzy because in that it's probably like 5-10 years, because the first game again is like a sideways canon. Was a sideways canon. Obviously, no one ever goes back to Pena and builds a theme park. So, but in our game, you did. That was the idea. That was the fiction of that one. But in this, we kind of those things kind of happened they still happened.
Right.
The player kind of did that, and the characters were there with you. But obviously in the films that never happened. So we kind of melded the 2 universes together. So it's our original story set after Fallen Kingdom, but we've also brought our original characters from the first game. And so kind of they do make some reference to the stuff they did in the 5 deaths and their roles in that game as well.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge, but it fits really well. So because we're a sequel to the game, but we're also an original story to the film as well. So
so it's like a different branch of the Jurassic universe.
Really. It sounds like an interesting process and a bit of a challenge, of course. But you know, it's probably a challenge that's you're able to overcome with a bit of work.
That's what writing scripts is
Exactly,
all about. We need to
about.
solve this problem. Let's just write the problem. No, we solved the problem with writing it.
So let's switch tracks a little bit and talk about the different game modes. So there's 4 different game modes.
That's right. So the campaign mode, I've been through that one. That's the original story. That is
Campaign,
the players kind
creative,
of dealing with these
chaos.
dinosaurs now out in the wild. We have Chaos Theory mode, which is another narrative mode, which is about the player going back to like key moments from the film's
4. Why are there 4?
the film franchise's history, but with a twist. I think we're going to talk more about that in the next few months as we get closer to launch. Challenge mode. So
challenge mode,
that's kind of the classic challenge mode. Testing.
I thought they were going to reveal Site B for a second.
We've worked hard on trying to make that a bit more interesting and a bit more different. So there's going to be different parts of that challenge mode, and then sandbox mode. Be creative, and those are the 4 game modes, and we've been working hard to make sure that
Amarkasaurus is confirmed to be in the base game.
It can be lots of fun.
Definitely, I have been messing around in sandbox mode for a little bit.
Let me ask that.
I've had a lot of fun with it, trying to make something that looks a bit out there, but also a bit, like a traditional dinosaur.
I'm very, very much that cliche developer that is really bad at making anything pretty in my game.
Oh, me too.
I'm
100%. I am when I started working on the first game about a year ago, I was consistently blown away about all the things that our community was able to make with just the simple sandbox tools that we have in the first game. So I'm very excited to see what they do with the
I've
sequel.
had that across all the games I've been a part of that have been creative. I'm like, I have no real artistic creative bones. Like, I've been watching Planet Coaster and I worked on that. I was like, I could never make these pretty things. And even this, I'm like, pretty parks. I'm like, I can make something. My path placement, I'm like, yeah, just go from A to B, like dunk, 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 dunk. I'm like, could be smooth. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Just the fences.
Grids. It's all grids.
No, I'm just like,
See, I don't
just,
want
like,
it to be
really
too
weird
much
angular
like
things. That's
Coaster
fine.
and Zoo.
So
I want it to be
out
its
of the
own
4
game.
modes, which one's been your favorite so far, if you have a favorite?
I love all of my children equally. But I really enjoy challenge mode. It's always been the one that kind of the mode that appeals to me most because that's how I like to play the games. I like to challenge myself to get to 5 stars.
When is the
as fast
gameplay
as
later in the
possible
stream?
with the different difficulties, and that's always the thing I like to do. I always like to race against time and do that kind of stuff. So that's always been the mode that I would gravitate towards naturally. But I've loved developing and making all of the modes and putting so much love and attention to, so that no matter how you as a player will play them, there's always something that's going to be really enjoyable. So if you want to play the campaign or the chaos or something, then there's going to be lots there for you as well.
Yeah, I'm personally very excited to see how people respond to chaos theory when we sort of reveal what all that thing is about beyond what we've said already. I think, I mean, there's some speculation out there already, and I'm sitting there just sort of rubbing my hands together a little bit, knowing what's real and what
it might
isn't.
seem like we're just being really mean, but it's like we want to. There are times when we want to show you guys things that we're ready to show you. It's like we're not.
We're
Looking
not
forward
holding
to
back
it.
information
Let's just
because
say
we
that.
want to be cruel about it. We're holding back information because
Yeah.
sometimes things
They're
aren't ready,
usually around
and,
an hour long,
We will, of
Malachi.
course, share more as we continue on towards launch later this year. But we're going to be briefly switching out, well, not briefly, we're going to be, for the rest of the stream, we're going to be switching out Rich for another guest. We're going to be bringing in Adam, the game's executive producer. So I think until then, we're going to have you get a look at the very first species field guide of an old favorite, the Triceratops.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a Margasaurus. God, let's look at Triceratops again.
The Triceratops is one of the most recognizable herbivores to ever have existed.
It's cute.
It is best known for its trio of facial horns. These adornments are not just for display purposes. The brow horns in particular can
Don't forget to
inflict
subscribe if you
considerable
enjoy
damage to
Evolution 2
any
content, by the way,
dinosaur that
guys.
dares to provoke it.
Would really appreciate that. That would be absolutely amazing. Let's hopefully get to 100,000 before Evolution 2 releases. Oh, it's gone dark. Back soon. Ah, they're swapping over. Right, some information there. So Cabot Finch is confirmed. Where's my Margasaurus? It'll be in a minute. Don't worry. But yeah, so a little bit more information. It's around 5 to 10 years after Jurassic World Evolution 1. Cabot Finch is returning. 4 game modes, which we already knew. And I think that was about it, really. Not too much information, but
And we're
maybe
back.
a bit more now.
And
Jonathan,
we are,
thanks for the
joined
$2 Canadian.
by Another guest.
I would.
on the
I would
sofa.
indeed.
Executive producer Adam Woods. I got your title right, didn't I?
You did, yeah. Spot on.
Fantastic.
And
think
our
he's
very
new.
first stream.
Yes,
We've never
it
streamed
is.
together before.
You mentioned this before we
Yeah.
began, that it's been about 2 years since you did a
Yeah.
Jurassic World Evolution stream.
Yeah, I think it was my last live stream was the 24-hour Christmas extravaganza that normally gets put on. And I did it with Rich, which was my first live stream with him as well. So all these firsts.
Yeah, Tough Horizon.
Took 2
There's
years.
a Margasaurus species profile that they accidentally showed.
Yeah.
And they said there'll be some more that we can see.
In the middle of everything 2020 and
Yeah,
2021.
yeah, quite.
So yeah, since it's been 2 years since you last appeared on camera, why don't you introduce
No, he's
yourself
not
to
new.
the audience?
Well, I mean, I'm Adam Woods. I'm an executive producer here at Frontier and currently working on this rather incredible, little game called Jurassic World Evolution 2. Yeah, I've been here for just over 14 years now.
Wow.
So
14
long in the
years. Yeah,
tooth,
he's definitely not new.
perhaps. Lots of grey hair, missing hair from when I first started, but I'm still smiling.
You don't look it.
Thanks.
So
The old
if
charm
that
of
that
you.
helps. So yeah, Adam is here to talk a bit about dinosaurs with us.
Oh, here we go.
The main stars of the show are the dinosaurs.
Mm.
We have a lot of fan favorites making their return in Jurassic World Evolution 2. We're also introducing aquatic reptiles. We're bringing in more flying reptiles. Are you
More
excited
flying
for marine
reptiles.
and flying reptiles, Adam?
Very excited. Obviously, I get to see all of the ins and outs of the game, and without giving too much away, because we're not going to.
Thank you, Katie.
It's incredible seeing what the team is producing upstairs. I say upstairs, as in up in their respective offices.
Or at home.
Or
if
at
they
home,
were, you know.
yeah, that's what I meant, yeah. But yeah, it's very exciting seeing it all coming together. They're quite an addition to the game, these flying and marine reptiles for sure.
Definitely. One thing I wanted to ask, and I think a lot of people are also asking the same question: how do you house flying and marine reptiles? I mean, we've already seen in the first game there was the aviary.
Yeah.
And I think if you've been paying attention to the screenshots that we put out, you can see an aviary-like structure.
Yeah.
In the
Some information now
for the second game as well.
Yeah.
So the aviary is making their return.
In a slightly more perhaps realised way. So it's no longer a single dome that you saw in Return to Jurassic Park. It's now a modular style of building.
Just
so
as I
it's
predicted.
a dome that can then be made bigger with attaching other domes around it, including a bespoke viewing gallery for it as well, and a hatchery, of course, to create the reptiles. So very easy to build, quite big enclosures for them quite quickly. And also the landscape inside is fully customizable with all the tools as you would do the land dinosaurs. So all the needs, all the brushes, all the
so they're actual
tools
dinosaurs
are all
then?
there, so you can create both the enclosure that the reptile needs, but also, you know, with the players' artistic flair, as you were talking about before. Some of the parks they managed to build are quite incredible, and those tools will be at the disposal for the players there as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be really happy to see that it's more than just, you know, the dome.
It's absolutely.
They can build it in different shapes and sizes. They can do things inside them, around them, all that, you know, cool stuff to add that little unique touch to their parks and to the aviary itself. Yeah. Has it been tricky to introduce these?
No, it's been a piece of cake. Absolutely. I've just been sat around twiddling my thumbs. No. Making games is hard. It's really hard. Yeah. You know, it's a cliche because it's true, but it's a challenge that everyone on the team has risen to.
Well, it's good that they did, because loads of people wanted flying reptiles. It's brilliant. Yeah,
so it has been a challenge. It's been a challenge that everyone has wanted to take on, and they have achieved it. And I can't wait to see the player reaction of seeing these all in action. Yeah.
So Big Wolf Gamer in chat has a question about what happens when pteranodons escape, because previously they were just sort of.
We know this. We know what
away.
happens.
Is there something more there
that we can tell you that, Big Wolf Gamer?
About?
Yeah, cheeky. No, I'm not. There is more. There is more to talk about in that area, should we say? But I'm not going to talk about it today.
All right.
We know about it though.
Maybe.
I'm
only going to keep it back so you ask me back again.
Again.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, we might
Keep
have
the information back and I get to
Adam
come and
back
talk to you
at
again.
some point so he can give us more information. So there are over, as Rich mentioned earlier, there are over 75 species in Jurassic World Evolution 2. How do you choose who to put in?
I pick all my favourite ones. You just put them in.
Have a big list.
And everything else gets thrown out. No, of course we start with the original game. Of course there was a lot of species ended up in there. So we take a look at the rich history that we already have with that game, bringing across many fan favourites will be making a return. And then of course in terms of the flying reptiles and marine reptiles, there are some iconic ones, such as the Pteranodon, of course. I think some eagle-eyed viewers have noticed that we've got a mosasaur in there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of taking a look at what we want as a group of enthusiasts of Jurassic World franchise, listening to the community as well with the Amargasaurus, one of the new land dinosaurs. And of course we also saw the Coelophysis in the announcement trailer, which is all very good training for me to be able to pronounce these dinosaur names. Because before I joined the project, I could say Tyrannosaurus Rex. That was about it.
I was so confused the first time I saw the name Coelophysis.
Some of them are quite incredible.
Wait, how do There's an O and an E there. That doesn't
That's
like
compute in my
coelacanth
head
as
into
well.
C.
I was about to say reveal a new dinosaur by saying, and then when I tried to pronounce this one, but I almost caught myself, so I'm not gonna.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
so it's a case of looking at what we had,
Yeah.
looking at what new land dinosaurs and what community requested ones
They're
had
bluffing.
come through, and seeing what ones we could, bring to realization, and picking a few that obviously we're fans of as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we already saw one of the fan favorites, the Triceratops, the
I
species.
see a Margasaurus.
There, you may have picked
Yeah.
out, some of the new colorations and skin patterns and everything, and we'll have more to talk about that at a later point. So we've, if you've gone to our website, you may have seen screenshots of dinosaurs like Triceratops, Spinosaurus, Margasaurus, Coelophysis, T-Rex, etc. What's been done to update these dinosaurs for Jurassic World Evolution 2?
So of course the new ones have been built from the ground up. We've also with the returning ones, we've taken a look at all of the details from them, including from the very start the model. The
it's gorgeous.
size.
Look at
Have we got any better information about what sort of sizing we should have? If we take the Triceratops as the example,
Oh, the
as
Pteranodon.
I'm saying,
It's beautiful.
we look at the model, we look at the mesh, but then we take it to the next level as well and take another pass at the texturing and the detail in the scales and the skin. And as you were mentioning just before, the customization and the variety in both skin and pattern colors has dramatically increased over the original game.
I think that's a better
so there's
model.
a lot more options for the players to customize their dinosaurs as part of that genome modification process. But it doesn't just stop at the visuals, of course. We've
Amarga.
looked at some of the behaviors, social interactions. Of course, we've got the dynamic fighting and hunting, which all add
Very
to
Amargas.
a
They're
very more
quite small.
realistic and naturalistic looking dinosaur. So quite a breadth of updates
Definitely.
for all dinosaurs.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
if you go back and you look at the Triceratops species field guide, there's some of those new behaviors in already, I believe, because you have the resting animation where the dinosaur will lie down on the ground.
Yeah, so we've got some of the preening kind of
Yeah, a lot less
sort of
though.
interaction with it and the environment around it. We're trying, and it's one of my most exciting parts of the game is turning these, sort of
Coelophysis
quite
looks
scary,
brilliant.
ominous-looking creatures
I mean,
to being
the T-Rex
an animal. Yeah, absolutely. Lions roar and they look scary, but they're animals as well. And I think that's what I'm really excited about, seeing how we've developed them into these kind of animals. That's the word I keep thinking about. It's
3
an animal
meters
that
tall?
just kind of ruffles
Really?
itself on the ground to try and clean and preen, and they can interact with each other in these social kind of points and things. So yeah, it's really lovely.
I really like the in the Triceratops species field guide. I really like the head shake animation
Yeah.
that one of them does, and there's
Yeah.
also one where I'm not sure why I didn't notice it before, but it lifts its leg up and sort of stamps it into the ground. It almost looks like a threatening, like it's trying to ward
Like a
someone.
little
like that.
warning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh yeah,
absolutely.
I hadn't noticed that
Yeah.
until I watched it like the 4th or 5th time
Yeah.
or something, and I thought, yeah, that's like the small touches that I really like as a player.
Exactly, and it's an interesting point that the game is obviously as Rich said, a dinosaur management simulation. So you kind of got a point of view of your overviewing look at the park, but then
Yeah.
when you dive down, you see all that detail, and you see the detail in the animations of the animals and things. It's quite incredible.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible what the animators have done.
And speaking of species field guides, we it's been a joy to see all these new dinosaurs, but I think it's time that we maybe
Ooh.
show one of the new dinosaurs in motion. So here
Amargasaurus.
is the next species field guide featuring Amargasaurus.
Hey!
Take it away.
Here we go. Oh, let's go.
Amargasaurus, one of the
Look at 'em.
smaller members of the sauropods, continues to draw amazement thanks to its astonishing spinal spikes. These neural spines have been hypothesized as having many uses, but research is still ongoing.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love it. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that's made me so happy.
Oh, we're back. Hello. I should pay more attention to our
I missed
tech
that.
guy. when he switches scenes in OBS.
Oh boy, am I glad all the spoilers I was just talking about weren't on the stream. Whew.
I did see someone in chat saying like, "Oh, they're deliberately holding stuff back from us." I mean, as we said earlier, some things we have to keep close to our chest for now, but the information will come out in due time. So that was the Amargasaurus species field guide, and I can see a lot of people. I mean, there's a Gorilla CMD says more in chat. Simone 0893 says, wow, which is great, fantastic. There's a lot of hype, a lot of, oh, look at that chunky boy. It's technically a chunky girl because the dinosaurs are
they only
female,
females?
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Amargasaurus, the first of the new dinosaurs to get a species field guide.
Yep.
It's a new sauropod. It's a herbivore. What can you tell us about the Amargasaurus?
It's my new favourite dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's taken over the number one spot in my catalogue. I think, obviously, it's very distinctive with those rather large spines along its
Don't forget to
its neck.
subscribe if you are
It is a
new around
herbivore
here
though, so
for
it's,
more
you know,
Evolution
a bit
2
more of a
content.
sort of a defence mechanism.
Whereas the
rather than
gameplay,
a
you
full-on
just missed
attack.
it.
Quite a gentle, small giant because it is a sauropod, so it's a large dinosaur, but it's a compact one, should we say? And I think, as you can see from the guide itself, it's got a very cheeky kind of look to it. You know, it's kind of slightly, the head is a certain proportion to its neck.
Yep.
I think it just looks a little compact, but I love it. I love the colouring, especially in the one that we've seen there with the spine colouring as well.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think it's a very, very welcome addition to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
I think the combination of sort of big and small is very interesting because, like you said, it's a sauropod, and so it's in sort of the same family, etc. And I'm not a biologist or paleontologist, so excuse me if I'm messing up any words or names here. But the Brachiosaurus is gigantic, and then you have the Amargasaurus cousin, which is still a big dinosaur compared to us, because it's like 10 meters tall, I think. But it's still it's bigger than me, but it's
hold on. You told me it was 3 meters.
Some of its cousins, if you will.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very fun, interesting dichotomy to see in a dinosaur like this.
Yeah, quite a scale of sizes in that family tree for sure.
I'd like to know if you're watching in chat what you feel about the Amargasaurus. Let us know, and we will read some of your responses. And keep an eye out for more species field guides as we go. There's going to be more of them in the future, and the species field guides that we have shown on the stream will be available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jurassic World Evolution, both for the Triceratops and for the Amargasaurus.
When?
So there's a lot of
When?
It looks really cool. She's beautiful. It's a gorgeous
Don't lie to
animal.
me.
So it is great.
I'm refreshing your page. There's nothing there.
Mihail P14 says, "I love it." Master, it's too far away. I can't see.
I find the tiny head very cute. I didn't get the username there,
that's lovely.
but yeah, that's kind of like one of the details. I love it. The slight kind of proportions of it. I think it tends to make it very cute looking.
Definitely,
I like that.
Definitely. And of course, you've probably seen this in the species field guides already, but there's a category for marine or aquatic, and there's a category for flying, for air. Yeah. So we will of course have some species field guides for those types of reptiles as well. And I know for parts of our community it's very important to call them flying and marine reptiles instead of dinosaurs, because distinctive species and animals. And
when I joined the project, I was very quickly brought up to speed on the importance of not getting dinosaurs. But I'm not going to lie, I do sometimes just go back and say dinosaurs.
It is pretty easy to sort of just lump them in together.
Exactly.
I remember we did a Know Your Dino a few months ago, and it turned out to be the Pteranodon from the first game. And we had a lot of comments saying, this is not a dinosaur. But then if we'd called it Know Your Flying Reptile, it would have given it away immediately.
It would have been a bit easier.
Everyone would
just
just
know
go,
your
it's a Pteranodon.
There you go, yeah.
So the last thing I think we should talk about is the very first feature focus that has come out. And it's a big one, but it's a lot of information there about dinosaur acquisition, dinosaur management.
Twin Gamers, thanks for the sub.
Let's talk a bit about that. So in certain modes, you're still bioengineering dinosaurs. That hasn't necessarily changed in the grand scheme of things, but we've improved the process in several ways. So you can, for example, create dinosaurs in batches in your hatcheries.
I saw that in the
Explain a
Amargasaurus.
bit more about this?
Absolutely. So it all starts obviously with DNA, and you still need to send out your expedition teams to find that DNA, get enough of the genome sequence ready for actual trying to synthesize. You will be able to apply modifications to that genome as you see fit. We'll probably talk a little bit more about some of those details in the future. And then once you're ready to go, you then we have 2 stages before you actually release dinosaurs or reptiles now. The first stage is synthesizing these eggs, at which point you can then synthesize, or depending on the species, different number of eggs will be synthesized at one time. And then depending on how many are viable at the end of that stage, you can take them on to incubation, and then ultimately that's when you're releasing these mature, ready dinosaurs and reptiles into your park
I like
through
the
your
sound of
various hatcheries.
Yeah, and as you probably saw in the Amargasaurus species field guide, we had a small clip in there with 2 Amargasaurus being released at the same time. And I think also, I believe it's in Game Informer's write-up about the preview you gave them. There might be a GIF or 2 of some Amargasaurus coming out at the same time. Shout out to Andrew Reiner on his Twitter feed, where I think he also posted some of those GIFs. So if you haven't seen them, feel free to hunt them down and take a look.
Especially the Amargasaurus release feeds back into that sort of playful nature. You know, you'll see it when you go and have a look. You'll know what I'm talking about. But it is lovely. So yeah, that's an example of a slightly larger species having two eggs able to be
See, that's what I like.
synthesized, incubated, and then
The fact that we can release
and
2
species will change, like I said,
in one
before,
go.
depending on their species, how many you can do at once. Yeah.
And of course, there's been a lot of questions about juvenile dinosaurs, baby dinosaurs. There are no plans for juvenile dinosaurs or baby dinosaurs. They will be raised to maturity, to adulthood, before you release them into your parks. So we want to give you the full-grown dinosaur experience, as it were, as they're released.
One day we'll
Another
get
thing that I find really interesting, and I think is a great upgrade from the first game, is the ability to now do dinosaur release via airlift.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can just sort of split your enclosures and your hatcheries at the same time.
Yeah, I think it was a quite highly requested community feature.
They will, Ryan.
It's a great
they will.
quality of life addition to the sequel, and you can now, as you say, you can decide to either release it within an enclosure that's part of that hatchery, or you can choose the airlift option and perhaps move it to another one. So that gives you a bit of flexibility on how you're setting your park up. Perhaps you haven't got the most amount of money. It means you can kind of run with just one hatchery with multiple enclosures. So it adds a lot more flexibility at different stages of your park building career.
Carrot Scrap says, yes, this is the feature I really wanted, so that's excellent. We have at least one player who says, yes, this is great, this is great. So tick for that, absolutely. And of course, there are some modes where there will be some wild dinosaurs sent to your parks as well.
Yeah, so not only do you, or will you be able to, in certain modes, create dinosaurs from the DNA that you can find, or from the dig sites. There will be certain events, certain narrative events, and certain other trigger points throughout different modes that means the player will then have to deal with live dinosaurs that are going to be transported into your park.
See, I like the sound of that.
That adds another different way of managing these live dinosaurs, bringing them into the enclosures, making sure they're set up and ready to go. So yeah, excited to see how that plays out with the players in these events.
And it also ties. That's what I was looking for. It also ties into the theme.
The price would probably be the standard release price, around £50.
By the events of Fallen Kingdom, where dinosaurs come out into the wild.
Yeah, it's a very different world.
Yes, a world evolved, you might say.
Jeff said in the announcement trailer, it's a very different world out there now.
Yeah,
it'll be exciting.
Looking forward to it.
So a big new feature that we talked about in the feature focus are Dinosaur Territories. I was wondering if you could talk a bit about that.
Yes, so as part of the realistic dinosaurs area that we're looking at, obviously they are, as we've said, the heart of the game and the stars of the show. We've added a dynamic territory system into the dinosaurs. So now, when they're released or put into an enclosure, they will start to claim territory within that enclosure based on their needs. So it's not just an arbitrary kind of claiming. Different species will have different size of territory that they need to try to maintain, and they'll seek out their needs. So, for example, the Triceratops will need water. I think it needs some forest cover.
That's good. They're not just going to stay in one place then.
Within its nearby vicinity to find these things. The territory will also expand and shrink over time. So you'll start to notice that they sort of almost patrol the edges of their territory, trying to keep it at the size that they need.
Desktop leaked.
As well as joining up with any
My bad.
of the same species. So two trikes would form together a slightly bigger territory. So that's quite an interesting feature to show a slightly
Hopefully
more
not
natural,
executioner.
realistic, perhaps,
Hopefully not.
behaviours of these magnificent animals.
Midoriki in chat says, the territory system seems really cool. Will it change the population and social systems from the first game?
Yes, because of course, it's what sort of their needs are driving their territory, and part of that is the social side of things. So yeah, we should see quite a change.
And we'll have more to share about this stuff
of course.
In the future, of course.
I can't
saw
wait
a
for the
very
future.
cute username in chat that I just want to shout out. Spinosaur the dinosaur with a Y in Spinosaurus. I just wanted to give them a bit of a shout out.
That's a
really
fair
loved
shout out.
That
That's worthy.
So, moving on, there's Paleo Botany is now a very big feature. We introduced it in the original game.
I don't like
the,
Paleo Botany.
Player
I
Sanctuary
really
DLC,
don't.
but now
I hope it's not a big
core
feature.
feature, especially for when you're housing your herbivores. So I'm assuming they work together with the territory stuff.
Yeah. So herbivores need feeding. We don't have the herbivore feeder anymore. We have these Paleo Botany plants. These prehistoric extinct plants that we've brought back to life. We've reimagined them for the sequel, and you now basically you'll have understanding of what the herbivores need, and then you'll use these paleo plants and brushes to place them within the enclosure, obviously ideally within their territories as well, which you'll be able to view at the same time, to provide food for your herbivores. So yeah, creating quite a more realistic as 65 billion years ago we can imagine, but realistic and natural kind of enclosures. And perhaps some very interesting enclosures, if it's big enough, perhaps you can try what a herbivore and a carnivore may get along with or not, maybe.
That was actually going to be one of my follow-up questions, because that is a question that we've gotten a lot from players. Like, does that mean if I have a big enough enclosure, can I keep these different kinds of dinosaurs together?
In theory, if you can manage it well enough, yes. They will build and they'll be happy within their territories. You might find, some little areas of contention, perhaps.
We did, Martin. We did.
As I was saying before, the kind of the animal side of these dinosaurs I'm particularly interested in feeds into how they're going to be enclosed and how this territory works. So I'm really interested to see what kind of enclosures players will build with these new tools, with the territory system.
We've had gameplay, we've got GIFs of gameplay, and we've also got a species field
guide. It'll be very, very interesting. And I think,
so yes, we've had gameplay.
I know there's also certain dinosaurs that sort of cohabitate better than others. I assume a lot of herbivores will generally
I
get
wasn't
along,
a fan of the Paleo Botany.
Maybe there'll be some infighting or overlapping here and there. Who knows?
Absolutely. Well, we'll find out. We do.
Yes, Ryan, because this is a
recap
stream to recap on the information.
How to sort of build a harmonious.
As said in the pinned comment.
But there's always going to be people that want to see what happens when the power gets taken down and all the fences are out of action, right?
Exactly.
Who knows?
That might happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So we've talked a bit about, we talked about territories, we talked about paleobotany. We mentioned earlier a little bit about the animation work.
Yeah, Tough Horizon. They're in my my recent video
Behaviors
for the GIFs.
and,
Well, the big info dump.
what have I got in my notes here? I don't think I have anything else in my notes actually. But
Been grilled and I passed the test, did I?
you absolutely
Thankfully.
did. You absolutely did. But yeah, I think we've pretty much run
Oh my!
towards the
All right,
end
all right.
of the
Ow,
stream.
ow! Who's doing that?
Just check my notes.
Audio team,
There are a lot of notes here that I need to
please.
double check.
My ears! Ow!
Stalling for time. All right, I think if we have a few minutes, we can probably take some questions from take a couple of questions from chat.
Uh-oh, this is where it all goes
Wrong.
off script, and I'm not sure what you're going to ask me now.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. I'm sorry if I
what happened with the
scraped
mic?
my microphone or tapped my
whoops,
microphone
you
there.
hit zip.
Now it's happening. Now it's happening.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. We've got to get past the microphone.
Yeah, sorry about the
incident
mic
first of all.
problem. Sorry.
We need Camp
I
Cretaceous
see
content. We
there's
do.
obviously a lot of questions about things like Camp Cretaceous content, and we don't really have anything to announce with regards to Camp Cretaceous content. We think it's a really cool show, but we don't have anything to announce regarding Camp Cretaceous content in Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Why?
How do you house the aquatics? How do you house the aquatics?
Dio Kiryu asks, what are you most excited for? I mean, we asked Rich earlier, what are you most excited for?
I'm most excited about seeing these animals in their enclosures and seeing that natural side of them. That's certainly what I'm most intrigued by. Bringing these dinosaurs to life in a as realistic way as we can. And seeing the reaction to it, of course. That's always the most exciting thing, as Rich was saying before. We obviously announced, and that was quite a feeling after being on a project quietly for so long, and suddenly being able to go, yep, it's here, and kind of watching it happening live and seeing people being like, oh my god, is it going to be Jurassic World Evolution 2? Is that actually going to happen? And then Jeff appeared, and I was like, it's got to be, surely. So that was quite exciting after all this time.
I remember seeing Best in Slot making a YouTube video saying that he was so sure that if we were going to announce Jurassic World Evolution 2, that he would
And me? Did you
burn
see my
his
video?
sloth cuddly toy if we didn't announce the game.
Oh my gosh.
And he would film it and put it on camera.
Thank goodness we didn't need to do that.
Yeah, thank good. I see a lot of questions in chat about
They didn't see my video.
reptiles.
Just once or twice.
We are not really talking more about aquatic reptiles today, unfortunately, but you will, of course, hear more about it in the future. Release date, we haven't announced yet. We haven't announced anything with regards to pre-orders as well, just to sort of get that out of the way. And if you're asking if this
it must be
a pre-recorded stream, it is not. We are currently 100% live.
I don't know how, I was like holding up a newspaper or something. I don't know how to sort of show, but no, it's definitely here. I couldn't even give you the date because I could have put that pre-recorded as well, couldn't I?
No, it is,
I'm afraid.
I don't have my watch on me, so I can't.
I'll tweet straight after this. I'll be like, hi, here it is.
It is the 25th.
Yeah.
But I don't have.
Yeah.
All right. So
The 25th?
Oh, there's so many.
Oh, that's
questions,
today, right.
Just coming around. How are you guys doing today? I'm doing really well. How are you guys? How are you doing, Adam?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm always nervous pre-stream, especially after so long. But it's lovely to be talking about it, and kind of you feel like you're unleashed and ready to talk about the game for after a while. So I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm a little bit tired as well, but I think we all are, right?
I'm pretty good. It's been busy, but I'm pretty good. There was an interesting question I saw just now, and that's if because the herbivores will be eating plants off the ground, they'll be eating stuff off the trees, and I'm assuming that stuff is going to stay there when they keep eating. It's not like you're going to have to replant all those.
No, currently the system is you plant it down and it takes the form of plants can sort of regrow themselves anyway. So that's the sort of the mentality behind that. Yeah, you will need to obviously make sure you balance what paleo plants are in your enclosures when we're talking about the dinosaurs that can live together, particularly in the herbivore things. If you have Triceratops and
sounds like
together,
Best in Slot now.
Best
in Slot sounds
just
like
by
me.
their size
We're from
will have
different
very
ends of the country.
Plant needs, so you need to balance it. But yeah.
So there's a question here from, it's a bit of a poor username, unfortunately. Idiot on duty. I'm sure you're not an idiot.
Oh, no.
But so there's, I believe Rich mentioned it briefly in a interview he did with Twitch last
Twitch
week. That we were
Gaming.
looking into,
Yeah.
redoing some fight mechanics, hunting,
Yeah, they have Evo, they have.
animations, and all that stuff. So there's a question here from poor idiot on duty saying, will other herbivores help each other to fight carnivores or to defend each other? You probably can't get into too much of that, but it's an interesting question, I feel.
It is an interesting question. That is correct. And if you're asking, have we looked at how the fighting system works in
See,
Jurassic World
hunting,
Evolution 2, then
pack
yes,
hunting
have
we
looked
know,
at improving that area with
defense.
some more of the dynamic fighting and whatnot.
Yeah, we will.
Details are on the horizon, shall we say.
All right, and I think we're going to call it there on that
Cool.
little bitty tease. So thank you, everyone in chat, for joining us for the first monthly spotlight stream for Jurassic World Evolution 2. And we will be doing these monthly wrap-up streams at the end of every month going forward to
That's good.
recap and talk about and have a bit of fun with all the news and announcements that we have revealed from the month that's gone by. So if you'd like to come back in about a month's time, we would love to have you here. And at the on our forums on the final day of every month, there's a lot of stuff happening in the future. We're also going to be posting some write-ups with links to articles and to videos and a bunch of other stuff as well, wrapping up everything that's been happening. So stay tuned for that.
Sweet.
But until then,
Looking forward to it.
are going to be we're going to be signing off.
We
and
won't be.
will,
Don't worry.
Definitely see you at the end of July. And thank you very much to you, Adam, for
Yeah,
having
Bowden,
me.
it was just
Thank
a
you
recap,
to Rich for
as the
joining
pinned
us.
comment says.
Shout out to the mods in chat. Thank you
And the
to
title.
Heather very, very much for joining us. Thank you to Tim for managing the boards behind the scenes and making sure that
he's dragging it out a bit.
the stream is running like clockwork. And we will see you guys in about a month. And until then,
Bye, Jens.
fare thee well.
Bye.
Bye, Adam. Right, well, that was the Jurassic World Evolution 2 live stream. So, obviously, the Amargasaurus was the main feature. Where is it? Where's the little chunky boy? Where's the little chunky boy? Somewhere. I know it was here. It was at first accidentally shown here. There we go. It was accidentally shown here, which was quite funny if you were to ask me. But yes, so as you can see, the Amargas are leaving the hatchery. Really, really nicely done. A green Amargasaurus boy with one in the trees in the background. Same with the snowy biome. Oh yeah, that's where they cut it. Wait, why did they cut it off? Hold on. Why did they cut it off? Let's have a little look, see if they accidentally showed something they shouldn't have done. I think they were just showing it. Hold on, my apologies. Ah! I keep skipping, I'm sorry. Ah, there you go. Yeah, so it's with... you can see the sheer size difference. Oh, wow. Of the Brachia and the Amarga. That is crazy size difference. Although I do like it. I do love the Amargasaurus. Let's watch the whole one again.
Amargasaurus, one of the smaller members of the sauropods, continues to draw amazement thanks to its astonishing spinal spikes. These neural spines have been hypothesized as having many uses, but research is still ongoing.
That was quite good. That was really good. Yeah, no, that was quite cool. So we had that, and then at the start of my stream, we were on Twitter, and we were looking at the other bit of gameplay that we saw by Andrew Rayner, which shows off the guests, the buildings. You can see the trees are swaying. That's really cool, actually. So winds, high winds. New building over here. The aviary in the background. Huge map to build on. It's been confirmed they're huge. Viewing tower, innovation center, Main Street, and we also have the cute, chunky little Amargasaurus boy walking around. Pretty cool. Leaving the enclosure. Same viewing gallery. A little bit gutted about that. And then obviously the Pteranodon GIF in the aviary, which again looks cool. Now I thought this was a shelter down here, but it was confirmed they will have viewing galleries. So maybe that's a viewing gallery? I don't know. Maybe. Something of the sorts. Raptors hunting packs, blah, blah, blah. Which is pretty cool. And yeah, overall, that was really good. I enjoyed that stream. Nice little monthly recap. We have a few other JKs or we have channels. Let me have a little reply. When we see the Amargasaurus species field guide online. Did I spell that right? It wants me to put Camarasaurus. No. Right, so yeah. That was the live stream. Pretty cool. Had the Amargasaurus species field guide. Not much information about it. They can release 2 at a time. Green skin, very small, and I believe 3 are in this, or maybe 4. I think I saw one over there. But overall, pretty cool. And I think that's our first look at
hypothesized as having many uses, but research is
Grazing.
still ongoing.
I believe it's going for grazing. Hype for the Transformers movie, me too. Release date not yet, but I anticipate it to be November time. Right, as for this live stream, I'm just going to pop it here. No, I'm not, because I actually need to go here in a minute. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I do need to go there. But yes, thanks so much for everybody on the live stream. If you haven't yet done so, do subscribe to the channel, as we will be posting Jurassic World Evolution 2 content, and hopefully a video about the Margasaurus just after this live stream. We'll get it done and dusted as soon as possible. Thank you for 73,382 subscribers. All of you are fantastic. But in the meantime, I appreciate everyone who is still here. 308 people, 765 likes. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. And stay tuned. Turn on the bell notification for more live streams in the future. But in the meantime, hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.